Money is a very sensitive topic to talk about, and in a lot of ways, it's true. Many people don't want to talk about the money that they make or spend because they don't want to seem inferior or superior to their peers if they complain about not making enough or complaining about prices and all that such. And in a lot of ways, I am like that too. Now, I'm not going to like complain about the money that I make. I'm very content about the money that I make. It allows me to live a decent life, an independent life. But definitely here in California, at least, prices continue to go up, and it makes the money that I make in some ways worthless. What I was able to purchase in the past is at this point now I question on whether if it's worth purchasing now at all, because as inflation keeps getting higher, the value of my dollar keeps getting lower, and as a result it slowly is turning me into somebody who is in a sense a slave to the job that I do. Now granted, I like the work that I do, but in a lot of ways, it is unfortunate because I feel like I'm still doing the same work, and despite my salary slowly increasing over time, the value of the dollar is greatly decreasing at the same rate. So, in a lot of ways, even though I do get paid rather handsomely, not like atrociously handsomely, but decent enough to where I can afford the studio, but it makes it to where I am not comfortable with being able to go out and do leisurely activities anymore. My days have started to slowly become go to work, go to school, work out, eat, then sleep. No in betweens. And though that is partly my schedule, it would be nice to be able to squeeze some of that in, but a lot of it involves money. And if you don't have the money to spend, there's no point in putting yourself in that hole. Now, granted, I'm not one to complain. It might have sounded like I was complaining there, but in the end, I'm still content with the life that I have. I'm much better off today than where I was yesterday. And it's like that every single day. Tomorrow, I will be better off than I was today. But what does make me mad is when people who have money and spend their money the way that they seem fit, in a sense, flaunt it and come off tone deaf to those who don't make as much as them because it makes it seem like we are lesser than them. And in a lot of ways, it's true, but when it depends on the person that's spending that money, right? And money comes in two forms there's old money and then there's new money. And if you've read Great Gatsby, it's a very similar thing to the modern day. Old money is people like that did stocks back in the day, tech companies, big businesses, etc., etc. New money is more people who are like in YouTube or OnlyFans or anything of that sort. And we are doing a big comparison today because it was just revealed by Amouranth that she just made a huge purchase. Now, if you don't know who Amouranth is and you stumbled onto this channel, well, congrats. But unfortunately, somebody as lowly as myself has to educate you. Now, I don't have a big like thing for Amouranth. I only know very surface level stuff about it, but what I do know is that she is a Twitch streamer. She does at least at the time she did hot tub streaming. I don't know what she does exactly now. She probably does very similar things because she also has an OnlyFans. She does have a couple of businesses though. One of them being that she's planning on making a beer out of the yeast from her hoo-ha, but now she just spent a whopping $17 million for 2.2 acres of land. And by 2.2, I mean 2,200, roughly, give or take. And that is a pretty penny. $17 million for land that she plans on making oranges in. It's an orchard. I'm pretty sure that they already have everything planted out, so she just purchased the rights for the land, and she's planning on selling the oranges. Now, here's the parts where it starts sounding a bit tone deaf to me. In her tweet, she announces that she just spent the 17 million, and then she shortly says after that there's also an option to pick up an additional 928 acres for an additional 7.2 million. Now, granted, she wrote million in mm, so I don't know if she's talking about millimeters, about 7.2 millimeters per square inch. I don't know, Regardless, I'm pretty sure she says 7.2 million. So casually, she just drops in with a nice little exclamation point. For an additional 7.2 million, I can buy an extra 1,000 acres. Congrats. I mean, some people will probably care, people who truly follow her, whether if it's some girls who aspire to her or a couple of simps here and there who think but people like this can't do anything wrong. I'm not trying to hate. She makes her money the way she does. She can spend it however she wants, and if she has that buying power to do so, go right ahead. However, I'm not a follower of something like this. And you can call me a hater if you want, but I just find it a bit tone deaf to flex your cash on that. And it's a big flex because she apparently is quoted, at least according to Dexerto, that she's coming after Bill Gates because Bill Gates, at least in the United States, owns a fuck ton of land. And Amouranth is saying something along the lines of she wants to overtake Bill Gates and his 275,000 acres across 18 states because that's what she's set to do. And this is where the old money, new money comes in, right? Bill Gates, being the founder of Microsoft, has billions upon billions of dollars versus Amouranth, who is a titty streamer who is trying to purchase as much land as she's trying to go. Now, granted, maybe she's just calling him out because she just knows that he owns a fuck ton of land, or maybe she actually does want to purchase all of that land. The main thing here is that she was capable of spending $17 million and casually throws in that she wants to put another $7 million for the potential of 3,000 acres of land. That is astronomical. It is absolutely insane to me that somebody who willingly goes on front of the camera and shows their goods can have spending power that high. It is insane. And the potential of her being able to do all of that plus make profit of with all the oranges that she's going to be producing, it's absolutely insane. And it really goes to show how some people have advantages over others, right? We can say that she has been blessed. But I mean, hey, if I had the capability of doing something like that and made that millions, I probably would too. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of lonely men that are out there who are willing to spend money to do these things with a person who gives them the most minimal amount of attention, because that just happens to be enough for a guy who isn't able to talk to a woman, or is but chooses not to, which I feel is the majority of the case. So I can't hate on her for spending that money. I can't hate on her for making that money. If I had big titties and a very seductive voice, then I would try to do that too. But unfortunately, I only have one of those. But I'm not going to tell you which one that is. That's for you to figure out. But regardless of the fact that, somebody who shows their tits to millions of people online is capable of purchasing huge swaths of land, it just goes to show that old money is no longer the way. I mean, it's not the only way, at least. But the thing is, with new money, not everybody can get in. New money is very specific to a small amount of people who have the capabilities to do that, whether if you're a very attractive man or woman, have great things to talk about, a very smooth approach to how you do things, like, say, like an Andrew Tate, for example, who was able to attract so many people to him and make billions of dollars just by selling a gimmick, or someone like Amouranth, who just has to, flash her boobs every now and then people spend $50 a month to fund all that. So not everybody can be new money. People can be old money if you put the time and effort into it. I mean, granted, I'm a part of the rat race, but a lot of what I do is old money based. I'm a scientist. I make money through the work that I do. And if I had the ambition and potential to do so, maybe I could branch out and try and start my own thing. But in the current state that I'm in with going to school again and all that, it makes it tough for me to want to branch out because I have so many other things to prioritize. And I just try to give as much time as I can to making videos too. But it really goes to show how few million people can make somebody into a millionaire. It's literally the entire scheme of if 1 million people give me $1, then I become a millionaire. But in this case, it's if 1 million people spend $50 a month by the end of the year, I would have like hundreds of millions of dollars just for doing a few things here and there. And like I said, I can't hate on her. It's her money. Can you hate the game? Sure, you can hate the game, but you can't hate the player because she's playing the game and she's taking advantage of everybody who's spending money on her. So that way she can eventually probably stray away from having to do titty streams and all that and actually start a legitimate business to where the money that she makes from it is no longer tied to her having to sit in a hot tub half naked. So good on her. A bit tone deaf, in my opinion, to try and flex, hey, just for another $7.2 million, I can buy an extra 1,000 acres. But hey, I can't complain. If you've got a great, set of assets on you and you want to flaunt it to the world and know that people are willing to pay for it, by all means, But hey, I guess that's just my opinion on this. I thought it was a very interesting thing that came up that somebody like Amouranth is trying to challenge Bill Gates at who can purchase the most land. So don't be surprised if she starts branching to making apartment complexes and you have to pay Amouranth $2,000 a month just to live in one of her apartments. So that's pretty much it for me. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'll catch all y'all later. Peace.